9/11 happened. I guess it's been it's almost been 8 years now. You know, literally as the towers were coming down, you know, there was like Sikh eye bankers and stuff running out of the towers. Mobs of people are chasing them saying, "You did it." It's been a really rough several years for the Sikh community. I work a lot with youth, and the kinds of stuff that they go through every day, from kids pulling off their turbans to, you know, heckling them saying they're Osama's son or daughter. A lot of Sikhs post 9/11 have been cutting their hair, and not because they want to, but because they feel like, you know, it's their only option to be able to survive in this country. And that really breaks my heart, and that's part of the reason I do a lot of the work that I'm doing, because no one should ever have to make that choice based on the discrimination and racism that they're facing. My job is working out in the community, building a base of active Sikh community members and youth who want to change things, who want to fight for justice, making sure that, you know, bias-based harassment in schools comes to an end, right? So I'm working with young people on those issues, finding out what their problems are, and then building campaigns based on what their problems are.
I pretty much decided that in order to fight this is going to be war. So I've got everything. I've got techniques to keep my hands in place and like things to block my fingernails. I've got people to talk to. I've got a therapist. I've got everything I can think of to stop myself from pulling my hair. I've been known to yell at my hands. I sit on them. I make a lot of jewelry. So yeah, I just have to keep my hands constantly busy away from my face. So I'm down to like maybe 2 hairs every 3, 4, 5 days, maybe a week. So they're coming in, which is nice. I'm feeling actually really confident. I don't look like what I want yet, but I'm kicking my butt and I'm feeling good.
There's so many aspects about why we feel the way we feel about our hair. You could separate people by their hair. You could see tribes with hair, certain hairstyles. We had a language, hair language. And even though it's like a couple of 100 years later, there is a reason why we spend so much money on hair. Because even if you take us out of Africa, it will always be an important part of our lives.
Our gurus and our ancestors gave up their scalps before they chose to cut their hair and convert willingly. It's as much, if not more, a part of my identity than, like, you know, the color of my skin, you know what I mean, or my name. It's so deeply linked to who I am and has shaped my experiences so profoundly, from all the racism and bigotry that I've experienced. You know, that stuff, while it's really horrible and really angering and really frustrating, it's totally constructed me into who I am today, you know, in terms of being an activist and working, you know, to fight oppression every day of my life. In that sense, giving up my hair would be giving up so much, you know, so much.
There was a time when people would say like, oh, she's poor, she can't afford a perm. You know, now it's like, oh no, I have most expensive weave. You know, so it's also a social status.
You get judged by it. You get judged by the lack of it, whether you're a man or a woman.
Hair is such an interesting access through which all sorts of socio-political, cultural dynamics play out.